What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today we're gonna check out this monster, the Line 6 Bogner Spider Valve HD100. Let's do it! Alright, hope you guys are doing great out there. Today, as I said, we are checking out the Line 6 Spider Valve HD100, which was a collaboration between Line 6 and Bogner amplification. Real quick, if this is your first time here at my channel, what I do is I take awesome high gain amplifiers, overdrives, speaker cabinets, guitars, pickups, I record them with a simple SM57 setup, and I give you the unprocessed audio on your end. So if you're into E standard thrash riffs, drop C hardcore riffs, and gear gremlins, you're in the right spot. Consider hitting the like button if you liked the video on the way out and subscribing so you don't miss anything else. Thanks. Okay guys, so this is actually an amp that I have been curious about for a really long time. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram and in my Facebook group, and a lot of people actually responded very positively to the amp. They had great things to say about it, really positive experiences, which I am very surprised by because usually when you bring up Line 6 and anything with the Spider moniker, you're gonna get a lot of tone peers just kind of shitting on the amp immediately. This is the first time that I've fired it up. That was the first time that I tried to dial in a tone on this thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it down to some of the lower gain settings on the blues, and I'll just mess around with the blues and crunch real quick, then we'll get into the metal and the insane settings. Because this is Belligerent Amateur Central, and we like to get insane. Not really, I'm just here for a good time. So let's take it down to the blues setting, and before I blow my eardrums out again, the previous owner's presets are still in this amp. So every time I change between channels here, I get my ears blown out because I have the master high, because I found that the master higher in the range tends to make the amp sound a little bit punchier. It does seem to suffer from a little bit of a lack of low end punch or excursion. Each time I change channels, I have to reset the channel volume and I have to reset all of the EQs. So we're gonna put everything at noon. We're gonna have the channel volume down. Pretty muffled. Trouble! That's not bad. That's not bad for a kind of twangy, like crunchy blues tone. All right, let's pump that gain up a little bit. All right, a little bit muffled on top. Let's get some presence on that. There we go. That's truthfully not that bad at all. That's a pretty good little crunch tone. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, drive up to 1 o'clock. All right, we're starting to get more saturated. Drive up to 3 o'clock. And now it's starting to sound a little bit more modern with that amount of gain. Let's pull that gain back. Let's kick in that overdrive. All right, more presence. Guys, that doesn't sound bad at all, truthfully. It really doesn't. I'm pleasantly surprised. Hitting the front end with an overdrive, I have found, takes a lot of the low end away, though. It really compresses the front end quite a bit. So we're taking the MXR off. We're going to go to the next, or the blue setting on the blues channel. I got to readjust all my dials here. We're going to run through each one quick, or else I'm going to spend all day on this thing because each channel has a orange and a blue setting. So we're on the blue, gain back down to 9 o'clock. I can already tell that I'm going to like this setting even more. It sounds great with everything at noon. Gain at 11 o'clock. Why does that sound so good? What's going on here? Almost. That sounds pretty good. It's a little harsh on the top end, but so is a super lead. A 1959 super lead is going to be insanely harsh. A little transistory, but not bad. The low end kind of has a little bit of that like vintage Marshall sag going on when you really push it. This is impressive. A little bit congested. Let's pull the mids back up the treble. That sounds great. Let's kick that overdrive on again. I don't even know what to say. That sounds really good. I mean, it's not going to be my first choice, but if I was a kid with a $350 budget and this head was for sale locally and I needed it to cover a lot of ground, easy choice. All right, over to the crunch channel. Drive everything back to noon. Make sure I don't blow my ears out. The MXR is off. Here's what we got. Crunch channel is actually essentially clean at this point. All right, so let's get some drive on there. Let's go right to noon. How did I not know this thing sounded good? All right, a little chimey on that top. Let's get some of that treble back. Get a little more gain. Really not bad at all, guys. Seriously, I'm impressed. Let's kick it in the face with the boost. All the low end disappeared immediately, so let's get that back up. When you push the bass on almost every channel, it really starts to muddy things up. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to pull the drive back a little bit. Very mid-forward, very Marshall-y style bark to that thing. I don't know where I'm going. Let's get this last crunch out of the way because we are obviously going to be here for high gain tones. That's why you're here at my channel, for the belligerent amateurness. And here we go. Blue crunch. Really quiet. All right, again, kind of clean. Let's get that drive up. Again, I mean, I'm not super up on my crunch tones, to be honest, but that sounds good to me. There's just a little something weird in the low end on this thing, to be completely honest, that it's keeping me from really believing it's all tube, but it sounds pretty good. All right, so let's get over to those high gain tones, man. I'm gonna quit wasting your guys' time playing my little daddy rock show, acting like I know what I'm doing. All right, so we are on metal. I dropped my pick. All right, let's get that gain up. Okay, so we've got some gain. Doesn't sound very good. Very buzzy, like you would expect from a solid state distortion. A little less low, a little more mid. So it does have a little bit of that solid state kind of harshness to the top end. But we're gonna riff on it. Okay, so not bad, a little dry. Let's get a little bit more gain on there. I noticed the solid state nature of the amp, you know, of the portion of the preamp the most, the higher gain settings for sure. It's just got a buzziness in the top end that's a little hard to get out of there. All right, it's not terrible. Let's kick on that MXR M77 yet again. It could be worse. Not bad, a little harsh in the top end. Let's check out that blue channel and not kill our ears. My ears are already ringing from the first time that I blasted myself, so that was really cool. All right, blue channel on the metal. This sounds like it has a lot more low mids going on, so I'm guessing it's kind of like a Mesa type thing. Holy lows, Batman. Let's get some I don't know, some words. Let's do some stuff. To me, this sounds like a really bad approximation of a rectifier. It's not very good. We're gonna get that boost going pretty much immediately. Not digging this one, guys. This one sounds to me like what someone who has never played a rectifier before would assume a rectifier sounds like. It's just very scoopy, low mid, muddy, poo-poo doo-doo. Okay, let's get off of that channel because I hate it. Gain at 9 o'clock, everything else at noon. All right, let's get some more gain. All right, increasingly harsh. For me, it seems like the presence works a little better on the frequencies that I would want it to work on versus the treble, which seems really harsh on this channel. The low end, again, is pretty muddy, pretty flubby. But when you turn it down, then the amp has no punch. So let's turn it up, turn that gain down a little bit, kick the drive in one more time. I'm not in standard. All right, so we've got a lot of gain and a lot of mids. Let's pull those mids back. That's like almost there. It's a little bit harsh on the top end. Let's pull the treble back. Can't quite get the top end where I want it on the higher gain channel. And overall, it's pretty noisy too. There's a lot of just like string noise and other stuff going on. So yeah, obviously, you know, I wouldn't think that the Insane would be my favorite channel. So no surprise there, but let's see if we can get the blue side to sound good. I'm all about making things sound good regardless. I could get away with pretty much every tone that we've dialed in so far, but none of them would be my favorite. All right, a little bit muffled. Let's get those mids and treble up. Okay, this one's sounding all right. Again, let's pull that treble back. Stop it! And get the presence up. No, that's bad. That's not good. All right, it's sounding okay. I got distracted. I left the freaking overdrive on the entire time. Sorry, guys. The overdrive has been on the whole time. Here's no overdrive. All right, now it's super mid-heavy with like no top end. Last but not least, let's try the Deadwell Duality. right, guys, I think that's gonna be it for me today on the Line 6 Spider Valve HD100. Overall, do I think it's a bad amp? I think that the high gain channels need a lot of work. Much like a couple of other solid state amps that I've demoed so far, the high end is just really hard to dial in, and I feel like maybe with a different speaker, you know, maybe the Mesa is not the best cab for it because it's got that high end roll off. It gets really harsh in certain frequencies when you try to get the blanket off the speakers. I think there are some good tones in it that if you really worked at them and really fine tune them, you could get them in a decent place. But overall, the high gain tones were not great. Where I was really surprised were the crunch and the blues tones, and that's not really what I do. It's not really what I play, but I found myself really enjoying playing those. And then when we switched over to the higher gain stuff, I was kind of disappointed because that almost gave me like a false impression of what we were gonna get. But I mean, at least there's some good tones in here. I haven't tried the cleans, and I won't because I'm a belligerent amateur and I'm not some stupid idiot who plays clean tones. Just kidding, cleans are cool, I just don't do them here. But anyways, yeah, overall, I mean, it was pretty cool. I don't really do effects either, so I left the effects off for the entire time. No real reason for me to show you guys those because I don't show you effects on any of my other. But anyways, yeah, if you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing on your way out. What did you guys hear on your end that I didn't hear on mine? I mean, it could be miking up really well and sounding great on your guys' side, or it could have been sounding awful the whole time and I just didn't know it. Really curious to see what you guys think. As always, drop your comments down below and I'll meet you there to chat about it. Down in the description of this video are all my support links, including my Sweetwater affiliate link, my Patreon link, Facebook group, Discord server. Anything that you click down there greatly helps me out in the long run. It helps this channel grow, which is ultimately what I'm after. So thank you guys so much again for stopping by and watching this video. Kyle here again. We'll see you guys next time.